Hello out there and welcome to my channel. I go by Theo the Truth, and on this channel I talk about relevant topics or pretty much anything that I might see circling around social media. So I came across this video that I really wanted to play for you guys. If you haven't seen it, you might have seen it already, but so he's like a music industry executive, and he was talking about the death of rapper Takeoff from Migos. And he had some interesting things to say, and I wanted to play the video for you guys, and then I wanted to give you a couple of thoughts on that, and we can talk about it in the comment section if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Guys, in light of seeing that a rapper from Migos died, I just wanted to go ahead and make a video about something I have a unique experience in. So I directed a bunch of rappers, people like Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty, the list goes on and on and on, okay? I learned a lot of things, and I have left the industry largely over my political beliefs, but there is something I want to impart to people to hopefully, make some sort of change happen. So I have a challenge to rappers, and I know some of you still follow me. I know a bunch of the celebrity blogs still follow me from trying to get news from music videos and things like that. So here's the truth. The truth is this: a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex. Period. The industry is obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours, and they're paying you handsomely to do it. The reality is, I know a lot of you. A lot of you are good people, you're family guys. You're not the image that you put out there to the world. Why? Why don't you be the example? Stand up. I challenge you. Be the example. Make music about the culture you want to see. Don't just get online today and talk about how, whenever a rapper makes it, his own people take him down. Don't just make those videos. Don't be sad. Don't rest in peace. None of that stuff. Be the change you want to see. Inspire it in your community. Reach out to other rappers and say, we have to stop. We're being used. You've been used for a long time. They create this paradigm to make you believe that you're so important and your celebrity status is worth so much, but in truth, you're a pawn in their game, and you always have been. The government has wanted to hold down communities of people in different ways through different methods for a very long time. Their method in the black community has been to use entertainment to create a culture obsessed with death, drugs, sex, and money, so that they could create a false paradigm of what happiness and what success really was. And in doing so, they created a world that also made people more dependent on government, and as a result, gave themselves more power. The record executives that push you to do this, to go and continue to profit off the backs of your work, they're in cahoots with the elite. They're in cahoots with the government. They want you to think you're important, but in truth, you're just doing their dirty work for them, so stop. They've empowered you in ways that are real. You have an audience, you have platforms, you have the ability to make change. So go against the grain together. They're more afraid of you all together standing up and creating a new culture that's built around family, faith, freedom, doing the right thing, valuing life, than they are of anything else. So I challenge you. Use your power to do the right things. If you continue to do the same thing you've done, more rappers like this are going to die. How many have to die before you change the culture? And let me tell you something else. There's a reason the record labels pay us more to do rap videos. They don't tell you that, do they? Do they tell you that they pay us more to do your videos? Because they do. They do it because they know it's more dangerous. They do it because they know it's more difficult, and they do it because, frankly, there's a lot of money laundering involved. Those labels wash a bunch of money through. We don't do it, but we know the labels are doing it 100%. Okay, they're then taking the money off the top end, and you see on your royalty check, oh, they spent $150,000 on this video. Did they? Because we didn't see $150,000. Okay, so where did the money go? And to who? Their friend's company? A lot of times that's the case. Same thing with insurance companies. They charge us more to insure your videos. And it's because they know the culture that's been created. They know that the only possibility of a music video being shot up is on a rap video. And that's the truth. So change the culture. You have the power. Your people deserve it.
So yes, that was that was the video. And when I tell you that, wow, that was a very powerful word. I don't necessarily know that he said anything that we, at least a lot of us, didn't already know or didn't already have a feeling that that was what was going on. But I think that the vast majority of our society, Black society, we are not in tune with how our culture, how our music really does affect our actual experience in life. And the music that we praise and we worship so much is only glorifying all of the things that are destroying us. I mean, we see this all the time. How many of these young Black men, how many of these young rappers have to die before we actually realize that this is a cultural issue? It really is. Like, we can blame it on any and everybody else, but it really is something in the culture. It is the preach, it is the constant messages that we're getting through our music that is directed at our culture. It's not directed at nobody else's culture. This is directed at Black culture, to kill each other, to glorify death, glorify killing, glorify promiscuity, glorify everything over sexualized, having, oversexed, having sex with everybody, and not caring, making multiple babies with multiple people everywhere, and doing drugs and selling drugs, and every single solitary thing that you can think of that destroys communities is every single thing that is preached in our music. And it's creating a culture that we're actually seeing actually manifest in our society. Like, this type of rhetoric that we buy into is happening in our real societies, and we see this in the hoods, in the ghettos. Multiple baby, I talk about this stuff all the time. Multiple baby daddies, multiple baby mamas. What other culture are you seeing this messy scenario with? It's not it. And I know some people will say, oh, well, that's not everybody though. That's not everybody. Okay, but you know some people that's like what I just described, right? You know some people and they all Black. And I know a lot of folks like that. And I know people who know people who are like that, and they all Black. This is a cultural issue. This man is a industry insider. He was an executive in the music industry. He's telling you the game on the inside. And it's a lot of people who still won't believe it. It's a lot of people who will still want to live in the fantasy that the music industry and the culture has nothing to do, it has no effect on how our society has been operating for the past, 40 years or so. There's a lot of people who still won't want to believe it. Maybe not 40 years. I don't know how long it's been, but you know what I'm saying, because we all see it. And this is one of the biggest issues that I have with our culture. And it's like, the thing is, nobody wants to hear what they need to hear. Everybody only hears what they want to hear. It's so funny. My mom actually made a really, really good statement the other day, and that me and her were talking business, but this actually applies to this very topic. And she made the statement, she said, people believe what they want to believe so they can do what they want to do. So whatever it is that you want to do already, you're only going to listen to the rhetoric and the stuff that allows you to think that that's okay. Because that's how people are. Like, This we need to start rejecting this garbage that is being fed into our minds through music. Like he said, they're not preaching this, they're not pushing this shit on their culture. They pushing this shit on ours and we buying it. And you know what? Because we buying it, they're gonna keep selling it to us. So we really, I mean, yeah, we can blame them to an extent, but we gotta take some accountability for ourselves and say, look, we gonna stop buying this shit because this shit is bad for our culture. This shit is bad for our health, our mental health, our financial health. These motherfuckers are sitting nice and these motherfuckers will have rappers preaching to you about having multiple hoes and going out here running the streets, shooting this nigga and this nigga and that nigga and doing all this and this and that, all this destructive ass shit while he's sitting at home with a ring on his finger, married, making millions and billions of dollars off of your destruction. He's paying people, he's paying rappers to preach to you and to rap to you about my baby mama this, my baby mama that, and I fuck this hoe and I fuck that hoe, while he got a whole ass wife at home, understanding the power and the influence of a family structure, while he's allowing somebody to preach to you about not having a family and destroying a family and fuck a hoe and destroying your whole chances of actually having a successful family unit or having some generational wealth because you out here running the streets, not even making it to age 30. A lot of these rappers ain't even making it to age 30. And we are listening to this shit. This shit is getting in our heads. Shit is so fucked up. And it's not even just the men. Like the female rappers do it too. It's like, you know, rob a nigga in his sleep or you know, fuck a nigga this, fuck a nigga that. And meanwhile, half of the bitches that's preaching that to us are sitting at home in a mansion with a husband and a ring and doing very well for herself while she's preaching to you about fucking nigga, rob a nigga, fuck this nigga, that nigga, all this type of shit. And she's and you notice that once most of them get to a certain level of wealth, you notice that they always get married because eventually you learn that there is a power in that. There's a power in family structure. There's a power when you come together as a unit and you build wealth together and you build a family, but that's not preached in our music. So anyways, y'all, I'm very glad that somebody else said it. I'm glad that a non-Black man said it, a non-Black person said it, somebody who's been in the music industry, who sees the shit that's happening, because it's been multiple Black people that say the same thing, but Black folks, we don't want to listen to each other. So maybe you'll listen to his ass. Maybe he can resonate with the points that were trying to be made in the past. So anyways, y'all, let's talk about it. Let me know what y'all think. Did y'all see this clip before? And if you did, like, what did you think about it? What are your thoughts on this? Do we need to change or do you not even think it's a problem? Honestly, I think if you don't think it's a problem, then I think you're a problem. I mean, that's just what I think. Like it or leave it alone. So anyways, y'all, if you like this video, make sure that you like the video and subscribe to my channel if you like my content, and I will bring more information to you, more opinions to you guys, and we can talk about it. And I will see you guys next time.